What is going on, guys? Working Gaming 2087 here, and today I have a different kind of video for you guys today. I don't have anything written down. This is completely unscripted, and I kind of just want to have a nice conversation with my fellow gamers in this beautiful, beautiful community that I am very happy to be in. First off, I wanted to start off by saying thank you so much for all the support on the Marvel Rival shorts. You. I've had so much fun making them, and I've been getting a lot of, I guess views technically, because like short views are different than like normal long video views. But either way, I do want to start by saying thank you for showing some love on those, and to those who have recently subscribed because of the Marvel Rivals shorts. That's not all I do. Believe it or not, that I do more broad stuff about, gaming in general, hence the name. It's not just about Marvel Rivals. So if you're looking for solely Marvel Rivals content, you're not going to find it here. Anyway, again, thank you. I appreciate it. But that's not what we're here to talk about today. Today, I wanted to talk about a very big topic, and it's something that I wanted to talk about for a long time now. I think like over almost a year now. I wanted to make a video like this, and it's about a very big topic, basically probably the biggest topic that I could talk about on this channel, and it's about the gaming industry as a whole. It is something that I've been worried about. It is something that I've been cautious about. And it is something that I've been sort of keeping a close eye on. Because if I want to be brutally honest with all of you, I'm kind of scared about how this industry is going, and just like how much has changed for the worse, and it is like slowly becoming harder and harder to get out from the hole that these big corporations and publishing companies have put the industry, or what was that saying? Yeah, you can tell this is unscripted because I just forgot what I just said. Basically, the hole that the industry is like put itself in is getting harder and harder to climb out of. And I kind of want to share my thoughts on it. And I also very much would like to hear your guys' thoughts on it. And just have a conversation. Because I need an outlet on this. Because it's been messing with me for a while now. And it's hard to get excited for stuff, knowing that something that could go, or knowing that something can just easily go wrong, and it's just, not the same anymore. First, I wanted to bring up the specific studios first, like the studios that have been in the industry for a while now, and some new ones that have unfortunately been shut down, laid off. There's been so many layoffs this year alone. It's kind of terrifying to see just how many people got laid off. But in terms of studios, like we have Monolith Productions, who made the Middle Earth games, and also were making a Wonder Woman game that never saw the light of day. Arcane Austin, which was an Xbox studio, who made Redfall and Prey. Another Xbox studio, The Initiative, who were making the Perfect Dark reboot, which obviously the Perfect Dark reboot also got canceled. And one that hit me the most was Volition Inc., I believe that's their full title, who developed the Saints Row series, which was a series that I grew up with, and it was very hard to see them get shut down, even though I saw it coming a mile away. They were not doing very well. And hi, Feature Broken Gaming here. There was another studio that I wanted to mention that I completely forgot about mentioning for some reason, and that was Tango Gameworks, who developed the Evil Within series and the critically acclaimed Hi-Fi Rush, which Tango Gameworks was another Xbox studio, go figure, that got shut down even though they made a pretty successful game. Thanks, Phil. It's weird to think about why these studios got shut down. How, like how did this even happen? When did they know they were going to get shut down? Did they even know they were getting laid off or shut down? And yeah, these are just the studios that got shut down. Like we haven't even talked about the amount of layoffs that has hit across like industry wide. I feel like Blizzard, Respawn, Ubisoft, Ben Studios, Raven Software, like so many companies have just been completely like in disarray because of these layoffs, in addition to full-on studios being shut down. And it's really weird to see this list, because I only named off just a few, and I've been sitting back to myself and thinking what happened, right? Like how do we get to this point where gaming studios are on such thin ice, to where if they were to make one bad game, it didn't sell well, the reviews were bad, the community, I guess, feedback just wasn't what they expected. It's not like they did. There's a high chance that they get a second shot, right? There's not the chances of companies putting something out, taking a risk, and have them just make something that they either love, they're passionate about. The chances of those things happening are becoming less and less and less as the years go by. Dude, I'm voice cracking a lot. I am so sorry. But I've always wondered, like, what happened to get us to this point, to where, like, we can't do the things, or gaming companies can't do the things that they were able to use. They used to be able to. Because back then, like, even like the generation that I was born in, like 360 era, the Wii, the PlayStation 3, things like that. That was the generation I was born in, and it was a it was a very weird generation, but it was also a very fruitful generation. We've gotten a lot of creative IPs, brand new IPs, such as, you know, Assassin's Creed, Far Cry. I don't know why I just named 2 Ubisoft games, but those are the first 2 that came to mind. And even like more expansive titles from existing IPs, such as Battlefield and Call of Duty. Like when a new Call of Duty came out, everyone was buying it. Like everyone was like, "Oh, dude, the Call of Duty is just so sick! Oh, Black Ops 2! Oh, this is my jam, man! Oh, dude, this is like, oh, Black Ops 1, Modern Warfare! Oh, dude, this is like." There was no like negative about it. Like when a Call of Duty dropped, we were getting it. That was it, and it was good. It like there was a whole golden era where there were just like solid, fun experiences, and now it's kind of just like, man, we're so cautious now. We're so pessimistic as well, which like I don't think it's necessarily a good thing. But yeah, no, like even for Battlefield 6, like people were saying like not to pre-order because of what happened with 2042. And it's been hard to get excited for new things. It's been hard to be passionate about gaming and its future, which I think I'm always going to be passionate. This is my biggest passion. This is my lifeblood, basically. And I'm always going to be passionate, but like the things happening, it's been hard to kind of get excited for stuff. And I don't know why, you know, I don't know why there's been this huge dip, this huge fall of creativity. I'm pretty sure it's because of, you know, obviously money. Money is the biggest thing that is killing this industry. Well, not necessarily money, but more so greed. I should rephrase that. It's more so greed than anything of why studios get shut down. Because I remember I was watching a video of an article that the CEO of Microsoft made. Or he didn't make the article, but the article was talking about the Microsoft CEO. And it talked about how, oh, the company has reached it was like around like 10% profit increase or something like that. Like basically their company is doing better now, is the gist in terms of profits and revenue. And it's funny because the reason why they got an increase in revenue was because they shut down. Because this article came out right after they announced that they were shutting down like the Initiative. They shut down, and a couple other studios. They canceled the Rare game. This came out right after. And we're like, oh, we're doing so good right now. No, you're not. It may seem like you're doing good, but in reality you're not. And that's also very scary to see, seeing like the CEO of Microsoft seeing this as a good thing because they got a revenue increase. And I wonder why. It's probably because you're paying a lot less people. That's probably why. You know, and going back to creativity and going back to how like the 360 PS3 era was, where we got a lot of new IPs, even like for PlayStation games. Like we got Infamous, we got Uncharted. Oh my gosh, we got Uncharted. We had 3 Uncharted games during that era. Isn't that crazy? Those games are fantastic. And now it's like Like, we barely get like any PlayStation games. Oh, no. Anyway, there's been a lot less creativity happening in the industry right now, because being creative takes risk, and a lot of companies can't afford to take risk, because as I mentioned before, if they were to take a risk and it turns out really bad, it's probably going to be really bad for them, because they're either going to get heavily laid off or shut down. Look at Concord, for example. Like, that game was a massive failure, and that game took a risk. It was a brand new IP. It was a brand new IP within a genre that was already saturated enough, and they had it so it was not free to play. I think it was like $40, $50, something like that. And of course it died off immediately, because why play a brand new IP that I never heard of when I can just play Marvel Rivals, and then when I can play Overwatch, and then Marvel Rivals came out shortly after, or even Apex, if you count that. Like, it's ridiculous. So of course, that completely failed. And now, game companies either chase trends, such as battle passes, collaboration skins, things like that, or they just don't do anything at all and sort of lead themselves in misdirection and mismanagement. And I do wonder why, like, this sort of whole consensus, is that a word, consensus? Look it up. I say that word a lot and I actually don't know what it means. Oh yeah, okay, consensus, yeah. Sorry. I'm so dumb. The whole consensus that, big companies are bad and indie games are taking over right now, which in a way, kind of, because I feel like indie games have definitely gotten more love recently because of what's been happening. And I'm for it. I love indie games. Y'all know it. I made the whole indie game video. This is kind of part 2 of that video, because I also talked about the industry and that, like, the gaming industry in that video, and how, like, indie games are just, like, carrying this industry and just saving it from dying, basically. This is kind of like a part 2 of that video, because, like, this industry is not right. And this needs to be, like, heavily talked. Well, I guess it is heavily talked about, but I don't think a lot of change is really happening. Like, big game companies are still doing the same thing, especially companies like Activision, Ubisoft, things like that. Once, like, great, solid publishing companies, just like, oh how the mighty have fallen, right? Especially Ubisoft. Oh my gosh. And I'm really curious to see whether or not something will sort of change. Well, I feel like something will change within the industry, but for better or worse is yet to be seen. I feel like the big change that sort of will affect this industry is GTA 6, which I also talked about in another video. For better or worse, I don't know. Nevertheless, I'm honestly just trying to stay positive, trying to stay optimistic about things, trying to stay passionate. I'm hurt. I'm heavily affected by this, and I hope you guys kind of feel what I'm feeling. I hope that you sort of understand where I'm coming from, and just seeing how this industry has ultimately just killed creativity, killed taking risk, killed being different, being outstanding, being like sort of unique. We don't get that much anymore. And when we do, it's either a indie game or a company actually did, you know, put their big boy pants on and decide to take a risk. Much like Intergalactic, the next game from Naughty Dog. Excuse me. I know that's going to be very exciting. But I'm very curious to see what you guys think about this industry as a whole. I'm curious to see if you guys are in the same boat as I am, where you're worried, you're cautious, you're not really like excited as for games as you used to be. Or maybe you're very excited for a lot of games coming out. Maybe you were excited for like Assassin's Creed came out this year. Assassin's Creed Shadows. I'm blanking so hard right now. I don't know why. Maybe you're excited. Maybe you're excited for Black Ops 7. That's totally fine. I'm totally down for people being excited for stuff, even though the consensus is always like the consensus about a game is bad, such as Black Ops 7. But overall, I think this industry is taking a turn for the worse. I feel, even though indie games have been striving for a while now. Games like Peak, games like Blueprints, which is my current game of the year, Schedule 1, that was just a massive success, came out of nowhere. Same with Peak. Peak was made in like a month or something like that, like a very short time, and it became such a instant hit. What other games came out this year? There was one more that came out this year. I totally don't remember what it was called. Repo, that's what it was. Repo came out this year. Repo, such a solid, fun experience with friends. Like, so many great indie games came out this year, and we're blessed. We're blessed to have such talented people with no constraints. Also, the game Clair Obscur Expedition 33, that game blew all the expectations out the water, and it's become such a massive success. Game is doing very well. The consensus is just amazing. People are saying this is definitely like a game of the year contender, and I respect it, man. I respect it. It was also made by ex-Ubisoft devs, which is very, very cool. It was like made by less than 50 people. And it's just so crazy how the things that people can make without restraints, without restrictions from the big bad publishing companies, Activision, and they can just do whatever they want, and it sells. So what AAA games kind of need to do is they basically need to take what the sort of ideology that indie games are doing right now and taking it into their own titles. But the thing about that is that those indie games, they can kind of afford to do that. I'm not saying you're trying to defend the companies that I've been speaking ill of for I don't know how long now. But Like I'm trying to think like realistically to where like they can afford to do that, you know, like indie games. Like the guy who made Schedule 1, he could afford for it to like not do well, because I'm pretty sure it was just like a passion project. So he didn't put like millions upon millions of dollars and millions upon millions of dollars into it. So he could afford it. But big companies like, you know, Activision, Ubisoft, whatever, it's hard for them to afford that kind of stuff. It's hard for them to be creative, take risk, because they can't afford it. Because then if it fails, well, if it succeeds, that's great, because they can do more of that. But if it fails, then people lose their jobs, and there is no scenario where that is a good thing. And I'm sorry if this is been more of just like a ranting video. This feels more like a unorganized podcast video. Does that make sense? Where I mainly just been ranting for, again, I don't know how long. It's at least been 10 minutes. I feel. But yeah, I really just wanted to get all this out and to have people sort of understand and sort of see where I'm coming from right now. So I'm sorry if this is very disorganized. Like I said, I don't have a script. There's literally nothing in front of me. It's just my microphone, my computer. That's it. I've just been well, I had my phone earlier, so I lied. I had my phone, my mic, and my computer in front of me, so this has been completely unscripted. Let me know if you guys want more stuff like this. You know, just this is raw passion you're hearing. This is pure. This is straight from the dome. But yeah, no, I really want to talk about this topic. I might do more about, or talk more about the gaming industry as like an actual like video. But we'll see. Also, let me know what you guys are excited for. I'm curious, if any. Like, I love this industry a lot. Like, a lot. And I just don't want to see it kill itself over something dumb. And I hope we can, us as a community, can steer the ship for it to be more prosperous, more fan friendly, more just fun. You know, like I miss when we, you know, played games just for fun. I miss when games are being made because the developers just want to have fun and make something that hasn't been a thing yet. You know, and the industry has been killing that mentality. So many studios getting shut down. So many people getting laid off. It's heartbreaking. This is like this is such like a tragedy within this industry, within this community. And I hope maybe one day, whether it be within this year, next year, the year after that, 10 years, 5 years, I don't know, there's something that sort of keeps it alive, brings that spark back, and we can learn how to love games again. You know, it's like a therapy session. I feel like I just vented all of my stresses, even though I feel like a lot of stuff. This was very like I said, disorganized. But I needed to make something, man. I needed to just hit record and just say what I needed to say. There's probably a lot more stuff that I want to talk about, but it's just not coming to me right now. And again, thank you guys for supporting the channel, whether you watched the video, liked the video, commented, watched any of my shorts, even saw a thumbnail. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. I genuinely appreciate it. And again, let me know if you want more unscripted content while you have whatever game I decided to play on screen. But right now, I think that is all I really want to talk about today. This was kind of nice, even if it was not very well made in my eyes. I just wanted to get on here and sort of say what I wanted, what has been on my mind for a little over a year now. So if you made this far, thank you for listening. I really appreciate it. If you enjoy my ramblings, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, comment, like, comment, subscribe, comment, like, subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next one. Much love. Deuces. And it's going to be okay.